Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT The Ceremony Adventures issue number 5, and this one was again like another really interesting issue, and was one which I was really curious to see just because there was a lot of stuff in this issue which I was looking forward to seeing, such as like Baxter Stockman, the Punk Frogs and stuff like that. But also at the same time, I didn't really know what to really expect just because it was those characters, and with stuff like the Shredder and all that sort of stuff, I was really curious to see how it's going to be handling it all in this issue. And I would say they did tackle it in a really interesting and great way. But also at the same time, I do feel as though that this issue was like really good. Like, yeah, like, don't get me wrong about that. But at the same time, I do feel as though that I did put my expectations a little bit high because I was expecting like Shredder to be in there a lot more and be able to do a lot more stuff. But I think that's just me putting my expectations a bit too high, but other than that, this issue was really great. Okay, so first start off with the Turtles, Mars Splinter and Punk Frogs. They're all meeting up and just, you know, saying like, oh yeah, thank you for coming down, all that, and stuff like that. It wasn't really too much I could really say about that scene. It was just like one of those scenes just like meeting up and getting the story going, and it was there, I guess, and yeah. So in the next scene, we do get to see the Turtles and the Punk Frogs. They're using Toll Blimp to go over the city, and I must admit, it was just so great to see the Blimp back again. I mean, I haven't seen an episode with the Blimp in it for quite a while, so I must admit, it was just so great to see the Blimp back again, and yep, I can't say that I was disappointed in the slightest. It was just amazing to see it there. And we do get to see Baxter Stockman, he's there, and it's interesting just because one of the things which I missed in the last issue was Baxter Stockman actually escaping from the like dimension thing when he escaped when like Shredder and Krang used Teleporter to get the like device from Dimension X to Earth. So that was something which I did miss, and I must admit it was a pretty cool little thing like going back and looking at it now and seeing Baxter Stockman here. So it's really interesting for that little bit there. But in this scene here, we do get to see Baxter Stockman, he's there and just saying his evil plan, saying how he's going to take over the world, stop the Turtles, stop Krang, Shredder and all that kind of stuff. And just like another one of those scenes where it's just there, and it did set up some things in the end, so I can't blame it too much, but it just feels though that it's just like another one of those type of scenes, so yeah. So next scene, we do get to see the Turtles and Punk Frogs. They're at night fighting some robbers, and again, it's like really interesting to see the Turtles there fighting, and this is something which I always do like in like comic book stuff. We do get to see like the heroes going out and actually stopping crime. Something which I do feel as though that like they always do miss in like every comic book like property. So it's just really great to see like this scene in here, and I'll definitely like to see a lot more of this kind of stuff where we do get to see the Turtles just going out and fighting crime just because they are crime fighters. But next scene, we do get to see some return of some amazing characters. We do get to see Burn, we get to see Irma and Vern, and oh my god, it was amazing. And especially in this art style looking so much like the cartoon, this was just one of the best parts about the issue. Just because you do get to see Vern Thompson just going off it as usual, saying how he needs a good story and stuff like that. Vern just being Vern and Irma being Irma, and it was just amazing. And we do get to see Baxter Stockman blows up the building, he comes in, he steals April, and oh god, this bit was just so amazing. I really like these characters, and with this art style, the writing, it all works so well. I mean, I even enjoyed a bit where we did get to see Baxter Stockman stealing April and Irma trying to stop him, but then we did like this little joke here where we do get to see Baxter saying that no, he doesn't want to take Irma, he wants to take April. Just because April is the only one they're told to go after. And normally with this kind of joke kind of thing, I feel like it would be like one of those ones which I would just roll my eyes about and just be like, oh, they're doing this kind of joke. But here it just worked, and I won't lie, I think this is probably the like best scene from the issue. It just worked so well, really fitting in line with the actual cartoon, and I want to say it was near perfect. It was just so amazing, and I loved it so much. Oh god. So after that, we do get to see the Turtles and the Punk Frogs in the lair eating their food, and that's when Leonardo gets a call on his comm thing, and sees Baxter Stockman. Baxter Stockman tells him to come over to like this theatre thing, and you know, we'll fight and all that. So we do get to see the Turtles and Punk Frogs. They do go over there, and it's interesting just because we do get to see like Baxter Stockman doing a little bit of Shakespeare, I think it is, or doing like some sort of play which something which I would not expect to see Vaxdomin doing, but yeah, it was interesting, to say the very least. And we do get to see the big fight happen, and it was great, I want to say, because we do get to see a really interesting side of this fight, just because we do get to see the turtles to get caught up in Vaxdomin's trap. However, we do get to see the punk frogs and April go after Vaxdomin. And while this fight wasn't really, I don't want to say it's not the best fight, but I will say this, I do think that this fight was really enjoyable and really creative, just because we don't really get to see many other characters fight in this universe, so it's really great to see like these characters coming in and save the day and doing their stuff, and it did work really well. But I will say this, I do feel as though that April was a little bit wrong in this bit. I know that in the show she did go off and save the guys a few times when doing a few little things, but I don't know, something about this scene here just felt like really off about it. I don't know why, I just think that it's April helping the turtles. I know that in the show she's more predicted as like the damsel in distress type character, which is interesting, just because in here we do get to see her helping the guys out, which, you know, it's great, but at the same time it just feels though it's a little bit off of her character, but it's still great to see nonetheless. So next thing we do get to see the turtles and the punk frogs, they're going home and stuff like that, and I can't really say too much about it, but it was just one of the scenes. But then in the final page, I'll say this is where things get interesting, because we do get to see Shredder and Krang talking to each other. Now this scene here, it wasn't really anything big or anything like that, it was just one of those scenes where it set things up for the next like story and stuff like that, without actually doing anything in this issue. And it's just like one of these scenes where Shredder's just saying about, yeah, I got the rock and the device and all this kind of stuff, and Krang going, yeah, good job, and Shredder's like, yeah, we're going to make the sword next issue, and that's pretty much it for this issue. And with this scene here, I don't really have too much to really say about it, just because it does feel as though that it is like one of these scenes that would fit really well in like the end part of like a story. But at the same time, because I did have my expectations quite high in this issue for seeing like Shredder and Krang doing stuff and really continue the story on, I did feel as though that my expectations were a bit higher for this scene, and I was expecting a lot more to do, but I just don't really know what to really say, just because I was expecting a lot more. But I know that like with what they did give us in the scene, it did really work really well for this scene, so I can't complain too much, but at the same time, I did put my expectations a bit too high, so I can't complain too much, but oh god. Now overall, this whole issue has been really great and really interesting. The artwork is just still so amazing, so like the cartoon, which just, oh god, it's so amazing, and I really want this artist to stay around for a while. This artist is just, oh, I want to say near perfect. Pretty much every character and every scene looks so much like the cartoon, and oh, I love it so much. And even the colours which the colorists use are almost perfect and stuff like that. It was amazing. And the story, I do feel as though that it's like one of those things that I enjoyed most of it, but I did put my expectations a bit too high, so I can't complain too much, but oh, it's just so amazing. And then even seeing like some of the characters in this issue, such as like the punk frogs, Baxter Stockman, Irma, Vern, Burn, oh god, there's so many great characters in this issue. I do hope that Eric Byrne brings them all back, because oh god, some of these characters, I want to see like near peak tail content. Oh, But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Do you like someone? Do you not? And yeah, that's it for today, guys. If there's some, please share, like, subscribe, and all stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.